Architectural Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
IVES 7226. Let's take a look.
Sure.
Bottom pivot, okay, or maybe a set. Okay, sure, an offset pivot.
Yes, it's set pivot. I'm currently looking mostly focused on the top. So my question for you is, how exactly does this get installed? I have a condition where basically I have metal stud with a 2x4 on the, I guess, face of it on the header jamb, and we have like a drawing of this getting routed in to the 2x4. So my question is, are we routing the entire thing? Because I'm seeing like it's a 1/4 inch for the thinner part and then 3/4 inch for the actual pivot part. Does that entire thing get routed in, or are we only routing in like the 3/4 inch extension minus the 1/4 inch, which would be 1/2 inch?
Okay, are you looking at the template?
I am now, yes.
Okay, so I'm looking at template number INST.7226_.
The like PG1?
PG1, yes, sir. January 14th,
Yep.
2013. Okay. So what you would, in the upper right-hand drawing, you would need to route the 1 1/16
Okay.
by 4 1/4 by 1/4 inch thick into the door and the header. So you're going to make a rectangle in the header that's 4 1/4 long, 1 1/16 deep, 1/4 inch deep, 1 1/16 wide, so to speak. And then the depth of your prep will be a 1/4 inch. But then in that 1 3/8, still in the upper right-hand drawing, in the lower left-hand corner of the upper right-hand drawing, you're going to make that. Oh, that's not accurate. You're going to. You have to make a notch in the face of the door for the pivot section itself to come out.
Okay.
And I'm not seeing that drawing jump out. And
so,
oh yeah, okay. So it's going to be I'm thinking that is going to be 1 1/16 wide. That little notch in the face that you'll have to do for the pivot to come out.
Yeah, I see that here. The section of the head jamb may need to be notched to 1/16 of an inch if the door is inside 1/16 of an inch.
Oh, okay, there you go. I was going on 1 3/8 minus the 5/16 backside of the top pivot.
So this is for the notching in plane, but if I'm looking in section, if you look at like the bottom right, you have that little squared off section that has the frame leaf and the door leaf, and it kind of shows how it jumps up from a 1/4 inch to 3/4 inch. So would I be routing out?
You don't care about that. No, you don't care about that because that's the knuckle, for lack of a better term, that's completely standing off of the face of the door and frame. None of that matters to you. Why they put it there is probably just for reference, so you know how big the darn thing is.
Got it, okay.
And they should have drawn your frame leaf and your door leaf with dashed lines. You would never see that.
Okay, so I'm only routing this thing a 1/4 inch deep?
Yep. Yeah, those leaves are a 1/4 inch thick for the header and the door. And that's because the thing's non-handed. You could flip it over.
Got it, okay. So how does the knuckle get inset into the header like wood above the door frame?
It doesn't. Lower left hand, looking at it in a cross-section view, it's completely standing proud of the door and header.
Got it. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, pivots are, you kick yourself in the backside for an hour, and then you do one, and then you go straight to expert level.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, it's completely sitting outside of the actual.
Yes, sir.
That makes a lot more sense.
And so there are two types of pivots. There's offset, which is what this one is, that 3/4 inch dimension you see in that face of the door to the vertical axis of pivoting. They also make them 1.5 inch offset, same concept, it just sticks out further. And then they make them center hung, where that vertical axis of pivoting is down through the center of the thickness of, or wherever you mount it in the door. So nothing's projecting off the face and door and frame. A very different animal.
Got it. So the answer to my question then is 1/4 inch is what we're routing out of the header, and then the knuckles sitting outside by 3/4 inch to center line of pivot.
That's all correct, but mortising 1/4 inch deep or depth of your prep, yes, but then you still have to do 4 1/4 long, 1.16
Correct. Yeah.
wide. Okay, yes, sir. At that back set, that 5/16 back set.
Okay. All right. Perfect. That's all I need to know.
Hey, if you're not rock solid, call me back. My name's Richard. I've done it. I've done it for a very long time. I don't know 2 + 2, but I can route this top pivot for you. So let me know.
That's good to know. Yeah, I'll definitely call you back if I have any other questions. But yeah, I look at it on paper all day, not so much in the field. I feel like if I saw it in person, it'd make a lot more sense.
Yeah. And I now spend all my time looking at it on paper. I'm not in the shop. I have, that's. Luckily I spent many years in the shop, so I can walk the walk, but I don't get my hands dirty enough, unfortunately.
No worries. All right. Well, thank you very much for your help again for this.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yep. Minimum thickness that I'd need to be beveling this into. Like if I had like a 1x4, would that be too thin?
Well, I would think it would be. I mean, the top, first of all, your screws are going to pierce through that 1x material because it's really going to be 3/4 thick. The top pivot doesn't do much, and it doesn't carry any weight at all. It just keeps the door in the opening, and you're going to have intermediate pivots as well, would be my guess.
Okay.
But, standard practice, the factory doesn't tell us how thick they'd like that header that I'm aware of. And I've done it to 1x material. I don't think you'd have a problem. Just be mindful that you're going to need screws that'll be shorter.
Okay. All right. Good to know. I will,
All right,
I'll let the architect know. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program.